All right, Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome back. It is Shalonda or Shay Seeking, and I'm back. And yeah, so I had something on my mind today. Like, I ended up thinking I missed an appointment, but I hadn't even made the appointment yet. So I was a little bit excited about that because I was so feeling real bad, thinking I wasted somebody's time. And I had fallen asleep or whatever, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I had sent out a text saying I wasn't going to be able to make it, but um I ended up falling asleep right after that. And then I was like, oh, I could probably still make it. And I looked and it was like 30 minutes late. But then I called and they said, oh, you didn't make it. You were supposed to call back to make it. So I was glad that I didn't waste somebody's time. And yeah, so it was all right. But anyways, when I woke up, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking like documents and stuff like that. Like I said, I be having around the house are missing. And so I'm like, what in the world? So I feel like something was telling me something about a stroke, but it was like somebody was trying to like, I got a download about like a stroke or whatever, but it wasn't like, what it made me think about earlier. We mentioned that symbol when we were looking up the stuff with the serpent biting its own tail. Okay. All right. Serpent biting its own tail. So it made me think how it was sealed around, because I was looking up coat of arms for my last name that would be spelled 2 or 3 different ways in throughout history or the story. And one, like I said, had that serpent around it. But remember, I told you it had like a, hold on. It was like a hand, right? It was like a hand. So this is making me think, like I was saying, I don't want to go wrong, whatever. Now, I've been in this situation probably like last year, all right, when it came to the census. So when I was filling out the census, I was marking things on the census, but I ended up sending the census in. It was way too late. It was like 4 months, 6 months late or whatever. So I don't think that it made it. Like I feel like I don't know. Okay. I was filling out the census or whatever, and I did send it in real late. So I was afraid, like that it didn't make it, but I think that's a good thing that it didn't. Because I'm just looking at something here, because, it's saying that, Christ came for the lost sheep, only the lost sheep or whatever. And I was just thinking, well, okay, if that's the energy, then why does it feel like if there was a Christ energy here with me or a Jesus energy with me, then, I'm thinking, why wouldn't, I know to change something or do something, but I'm thinking maybe that energy didn't tell me to do that because I'm not supposed to. So again, Christ is supposed to be the one to come and get the people out of whatever it would be. Okay. So that's what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting for a sign, as to what, like when it comes to the underworld or Dali people, what exactly are we talking about? Right. So, so it was like a plumed pin in a hand. Okay. And remember, we talked about in Enoch that the ladies or the maidens or the ladies had it was something that they did to the people, and there was something that they did with their hands that got them excluded from the heavens, right? So I'm thinking like, wait a minute, this would be backwards. Like this is people that was saying, change your nationality, change this, change that, which actually I was about to go ahead and look into it again, and then all of us, and I was like the only one out or left out because I was telling people not to. Okay. And then I know probably about 4 months ago it was brought up again, and I said, I don't know. I'm telling y'all what I'm seeing, but I'm not telling you which decision to make. And then it just so happens that somebody else in another group with a file on their logo, another feminine energy in the indigenous community, tried to come in and say that she was telling people not to do that, but that's not true. These were definitely the people that was in on telling the people something. And again, the reason why I didn't lead it because I wasn't sure. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to mislead anyone. Okay. But it reminds me of, again, someone on here. Okay. Another soul sibling that said something about like, if you're white, then they can't touch you. You know what I'm saying? I think they were talking about like the issues with, whatever your nationality would be, whether they could treat you like a slave or a free man or whatever, right? So, I know some people were saying, but there is some people like in the indigenous community that was saying, put American, like or whatever, when it comes down to whatever. Okay. So, what I'm saying? And that's why I said some of those people I still kind of look at kind of like, I mean, at least, I might not get along with them, but I'm just saying, and I don't know what they've done over time or whatever, but like I said, I only can count for what I've heard or what I've seen somebody say. What they did behind closed doors on their own, I don't know. Okay. So again, it was like the pen, little, hand plume thing or whatever. So it made me start thinking about that, like things that are being signed or whatever, documents being changed and things of that nature. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, so let me just try something real quick. And then I started to look at, some told me to think about leprosy, right? Because then people think, leprosy is something where you turn white or whatever. Like, well, not white, but your skin turns light. Or vitiligo, people may even think of that. And I think people have been bragging about that. But then I was reading about it. Now, it depends on who this is when it's talking about a sin. And what, again, I would definitely go into etymology and see what a sin is. So you can kind of, we could do it here, but I don't want to waste all that time. I'm going to try to do like only one definition if I have to do one. And it's going to be stroke today. Okay. So again, somebody died of a stroke or a stroke or stroke. Some keep telling me that, but I'm like, well, dang, nobody died around me or whatever. So again, maybe I'm thinking like this is a stroke of a pen. Okay. Because remember, we were talking about when it comes to the two wands, when it comes to the two wands in the world card, here she is. Okay. When it comes to the two wands, in the world card, and then even with the Moorish energy here. Okay. How people tell you to fill out these forms and do all these things. And it just was always too much for me to bear. Okay. And again, I'm not telling you what's right or wrong. Again, this is not your mama's Bible study. Okay. From the church. You know what I'm saying? We looking at it again, past, present, future, things seen and unseen. We talking about spirituality plus law or lies. You know what I'm saying? So again, all right. So again, we talk about sons of God versus sons of man, that whole energy. Not against each other, but I'm just saying we're looking at the differences, okay? So again, if you could look at her hand or whatever, one of these is kind of dirty or whatever, and one is clean, okay? One is made clean. So it made me think about Miriam. And then it made me think about marry him. Okay. And that song, Marry You, keeps coming on, right? So it made me think about like, I think it was Moses. Is Moses the one with Miriam? And how all the people were saying that he married her or whatever, but she was white. Okay. And then it made me think about people within the community, you know what I'm saying, that look like they might be bleaching their skin or making their skin white. And so again, so that kind of like maybe pointed out something to me a little bit when it comes to the indigenous community or something like that. Something when it comes to people. Okay. And I feel like it's sad because maybe these people have even maybe secretly been trying to get in contact or be doing something, when it comes to people that are clean. So, maybe there's linking up behind the scenes that's going on to link people up with people that are unclean. And I feel like that's just not fair. It's just like this whole thing, like I said, this whole thing is, it's like somebody sitting here waiting for somebody to, like I said, slip up or, do something instead of helping someone. And that makes no sense to me. I feel like people have been observing me and they've been watching me sit here and try to figure out this thing and, suffering from these attacks and stuff like that. And they thought it was kind of funny or whatever, like it was just talking about in the chapters before. And, I feel like Source just has me saying something today to make something straight. Okay. And again, you can take it how you want to. I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. Okay. And so I don't know, like I said, repentance or whatever is something like changing the narrative or doing something different than what you already had done or whatever. So like I said, I don't know if there's still space or time, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of sad but I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody can pick up something from this, hopefully I can too, you know what I'm saying? And we can change something because I'm never for putting somebody else down for me to get on top. I just feel like the playing field should be level. And I think that when it comes to people like me, I know for a fact that they have, been trying to stagnate me, but at the same time, could it be something else higher in me that is stagnating me from doing these things because, it's something that maybe you should not do, right? And so, I don't know. So anyways, I was thinking about like, again, stroke, okay? We're going to go ahead and read this chapter 5 in Psalms, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about it, okay? So, it's saying here, it says, "O Lord, hear me praying. Okay, listen to my plea, oh God, my King." Okay, so again, I feel like this is energy coming in from someone today. I don't know, like I said, within the past 24 hours, low key. But this is also, like I said, this energy is mirroring here. Because I feel like the unity between these people, okay, these two beings are the goats, the candlesticks, the goats, the palm trees, whatever it is. Even you could think about this as Inanna or Ashtoreth and her two kings. Again, one was small and one was big. So maybe one was black and one was white. If you look at the high priestess, there's one black beam and there's one white beam. So you look at it as like black and more, white and more, white Moors. And yeah, so we're going to go just look at this because I think it's all coming together to something here. And I feel like this is some reason why some of these people have been able to rise up, but it was improper while they were judging the ones that did not make those moves. Okay, so it says for, and this king could be a feminine energy, okay? It says, for I will never pray to anyone but you. So again, this is the idol worship. Like, this is that energy saying, why do y'all keep on following these idols or whatever? They leading you down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like these idols have been put up as really big pillars within the indigenous community, or even within the seer community, reader community as well. Okay. And it says that, so again, somebody never praying to anyone but you. But then that also prayer could be, again, a sleeping giant or a sleeping god or goddess that, or king or whatever, that was, these people went the wrong way with other people because there was some kind of gain, again, desire. Okay. Somebody giving you a desirous energy, like land here, look at this, what's under the land, you can make money off of this, and people, you know, going down that thing, that going down that road or whatever, not really knowing what the outcome may be. Okay. And it says, each morning I will look to you in heaven and lay my request before you, praying earnestly. Okay. And then I don't like the term praying, because pray means, you know, if you want to be, it's making me think hunter or hunted. Okay. And it says, I know you get no pleasure from wickedness and cannot tolerate the slightest sin. So I was just calling around to the Social Security Department because I wanted to ask some questions. And I thought it very funny that they were telling me that it doesn't matter what's on there as your race and nationality. They don't even follow that. They don't even, once you put that on the paper, it's just what you put on there. And they don't even, you know, you don't need to change it, or you don't need to do this. And I said, well, she said, it doesn't even matter. We don't even keep that information. You know, it seemed like people getting frustrated or whatever. And I called a couple places. And I was like, well, I don't even understand. Why are you still closed? And she said, oh, because of COVID, we got to make sure people safe. I said, but y'all still in there. You if people are still in there, you know, I thought if you wear the mask, you safe. And then she said, well, still, you know, we just got to make sure or something. And I said, well, you know, and I said, well, another thing I wouldn't understand is, if it doesn't matter what the race or nationality, then why in the world is it on the application? And she was like, well, no, you know, you got to. And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to argue with nobody. I'm just trying to figure out, it must matter to something, because it would not be on the application otherwise. And again, it would make any sense when people need to come in here for stuff, why this place is one of the places that's on the list that's still closed, when everything else, like the movie theater and stuff like that, is open. So, but nobody could really give me an answer. I mean, maybe you guys can down below. I don't know. All right. And it says, because I feel like there's this whole thing about educated and uneducated. Education means to train, to also take out that which is naturally in someone's vessel or mind, and replace it with something that's trained, or a trained idea, or something like this. All right. Geared towards maybe a narrative. Okay. And so, so again, I feel like there's this battle between people that have these degrees and these master degrees and all these other things, when that doesn't even click. And see, this is where we go wrong. So again, say it's the energy versus there's somebody getting prepared to be first lady, or in president, okay, or somebody getting prepared to be king and queen or something like this, you know, and just because they're, you know, educated or whatever, just seems like there would be a better fit versus someone who is very well versed in things and connected to source and has been able to unlock a lot of the things in the text. And also when it comes to the real world, you know, again, this may be somebody that was an at-home mom, but they may have a little bit more information, or they may be able to see things in a different light than someone who has been educated, which means that you have been trained to see something some kind of way. All right. So I guess it would be important when it comes to some things, you know what I'm saying? But we already know what that is when it comes to that. It's more about, you know, that, all right, than anything. Okay. So, yeah. And occurring some kind of debt or something too, for youth anyways. Okay. It says, I know you get no pleasure, okay, in wickedness, and cannot tolerate the slightest sin. Therefore, proud sinners will not survive your searching gaze. So again, this is that shay seeking energy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Also being able to look at people and see you on something. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like that natural, natural something that, again, some of us have. Okay. And then also when I feel like something on my mind, somebody trying to play or whatever, then I just go deeper into seeing what it is. And I'm not always right. It's just, I'm going to grab something and cast that. And again, like hopefully somebody can see something or do something greater with it. Okay. But anyways, it says, for how you hate their evil deeds. Okay. You will destroy them for their lies. How you abhor all murderers. or murder and deception. So this makes me think about, again, the whole thing about paper genocide, genocide in general, about people misleading, mass manipulation, or those things is my pet peeve. Okay, when you are trying to take advantage of a group that may not be well versed in something, or trying to lead a group somewhere, and it might be to their demise here. Okay. Again, misery likes company. So if somebody made a mistake and did something like this, then they would lead others. So it made me think about this reader, okay, where I noticed that this person looks just like one of my cousins, and it was some stuff that she was saying. She just knew a little bit more, too much about my information, right? And I felt like whatever this person is a connected, like, I don't know. She's connected. Man, I've been seeing so many faces of people. Listen, let me tell you one thing. I've been seeing faces of people. Okay. I've been seeing people, whatever, on social media or whatever platforms or whatever, readers and stuff like that alike. And it just so happens that these people look like people I knew like 20 years ago. Okay. Maybe even one person, this woman or whatever, I remember her in a vision or whatever when I was young. Okay. Probably like 8 years old or something like this. So again, it's something going on here. But this person, I don't know, she was annoying me because she was talking about something that just had happened with me in plenty of times. And when I really looked at her, I said, wait a minute, that looked just like my damn cousin. You know what I'm saying? Because I think she showed her face again, whatever. And then in one of her videos, I had rarely seen her do that. But then, she started to not show her face again. And then I noticed the skin complexion, okay, on her hand, it was getting darker. So I'm like, hold on a minute. Just the other day, this person was bright, light white, okay? So it made me think about this healing energy, because Source was telling me they're pulling from you. I didn't know exactly what it's talking about, okay? But like I said, strange things, movement and stuff in my home, you know what I'm saying, in the evenings when I'm asleep or whatever. It's almost like somebody's watching me on the camera 24 hours a day, and when I fall asleep, they come in here, slip something in my... You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like these visions or whatever, and these things that I'm sensing or seeing or thinking, right? Or knowing, and I say, okay, I've been so sleepy or whatever, so tired, like lethargic. I do have a sleep disorder, but at the same time, this been like too much. It's almost like reminding me of how I was 10 years ago. Okay. Something is deep here, man. I was going through something for like 3 years. Like I had to go to doctors and everything, get tests and everything, and sleep tests and stuff like that, because it was just like this lethargic kind of energy here. Okay. And then I've been out of that for so long. And then for these past couple of weeks, it's just like I was right back into that energy. And then it let me know that even with this whole thing, 10 years, 20 years or whatever, there's something that happened here. There's something that happened. Like people ain't who they say they is. Something is very strange here. Okay. So anyways, I was looking at her hands in that video, and then I seen another woman, and I remember her face from like a high profile case. Okay. And I did a video on that case, and I actually got like almost 100,000 views or something on that video. Okay. And like, I don't know. It's just strange because I'm looking at people different, because I have this gift to read like faces and phenotypes, and I don't know. It's just this thing. Okay. And so I'm like, wait a minute, this look like this person, but they just really, really bright or whatever. And I was like, but this person is like really, really bright or whatever. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me put this. Oh, okay. And then, it just made me notice something. Like I said, I'm just noticing something here, because a lot of times we take out of context maybe these things in this text because we're not really seeing it for what the words really mean. So spelling, casting spells. All right. Could people be, becoming leprous naturally for a reason? Because something that they did. And then could the leprosy also turning white be considering the fact that some of our ancestors in the past, and I've noticed even on censuses and things like that, that some of these people were at one point in time Black or Indian, but then they changed to white. Okay. And so that just made me think about it. Okay. And let's see. So it could be like also like somebody trying to change their identity or their clothing or cloaking themselves or covering. This could be people that are running from the law. Okay. Because I feel like with Mary M, I don't even know. I feel like this is somebody that married somebody secretly to turn somebody into a servant or a mistress or a second wife that was actually the first wife. in order to obtain some riches or some kind of will indeed, okay? Because I'm in the law dictionary today, the Black's Law Dictionary, the 5th edition, all right? And then I'm looking at these things and I'm looking at these documents and stuff like this when it comes to LLCs and all this other stuff, because I'm just like, what is all this? You see what I'm saying? It's almost like sellout energy. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening is they're trying to step on the Empress, and that's going to be a problem. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like these people are acting haughty because they think that they've done something to alter something, their appearance, their identity, there's something here. And in all actuality, they may have done like what they're saying is one of the deadliest sins. And I just want to get this straight before I or anybody else, you know what I'm saying, does something like this. And maybe somebody else can help me understand a little bit further or like add in what they think. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm never telling you that I know everything or nothing. I just get what I get and I share it with you guys. Okay. So again, it's saying, yeah, I think that this is, something people can do to cloak themselves or hide within a group of people because they've done something wrong. They don't want to be identified, okay? And unfortunately, some of this has to do with inheritance of an empress, okay? And the reason why I feel like these people have been targeting me and keeping me behind and keeping me confused with all these other things or whatever, while people have been able to maybe take my husband, my children, my home, my identity, possibly. Okay. All right. It says, but as for me, I will come into your temple, protected by your mercy and your love. Now, this is making me think about this as a temple here, okay? And then also, you know, this is a person right here. This is a little being or whatever right here up on this platform right here, talking to this woman, all right? Again, because I'm thinking temples in your mind, okay? Even mind control to a certain extent. I'm just saying. I just have to call it how I see it. Because again, we're talking past, present, and future, seen and unseen. Okay? So again, it says, protected by your mercy and your love, I will worship you with the deepest awe. Okay? And then it says, Lord, lead me as you promised me you would. Okay? Otherwise, my enemies will conquer me. Now, I do feel like this is a dual energy between me and one of these energies here. Okay? I think pride, or maybe might have one of them not wanting to do that, okay? But, you know, I'm not that kind of person. I don't hold grudges and stuff like that. And again, it's about your works. It's about what people doing. Look, I done went through a lot of changes and everything like this. So, and I know I don't do everything right. And I haven't done everything right in the past. But I'm just trying to walk a righteous path, okay? I just hate, like I said, mass deception. It annoys me, okay? So it says, Lord, okay, lead me as you promised me you would. Otherwise, my enemies will conquer me. Tell me clearly what to do. Okay, which way to turn, for they cannot speak one truthful word. Their hearts are filled to the brim with wickedness. Their suggestions are full of stench and sin and death. Now, this also talks about like to the supreme level here. When it comes to Supreme Court and things like this, I feel like there's low-key communication going on. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to like a live post or whatever of how they're trying to balance something out that everybody was working towards to hide, I think. Right? And they're having to face this now. It's almost to that point where it said, no, clearly this is the Lord, right? So it's making me think about this because maybe even people have been aware of my current information from the past 2 years when I feel like I was still dealing with illusion, but still the words is still the words, okay? But it was affecting me because of all of the other, like the 8 of Wands, all those wands coming towards me, you know what I'm saying, with strife and you know, even the 7 cups of illusion or whatever, you know, had me focusing on the wrong things, okay? Let's see. And in this case, you know what I'm saying, letting those illusions and that sorcery and everything, you know, some things may be my fault and some things maybe not, you know, caused me to maybe not lead the people and they thought they should go somewhere else, right? Instead of letting me know that, they just went somewhere else. And I feel like they just got led further astray. And again, there are others here that speak on these notes here, okay? I'm not taking the credit for all of it. They're a lot more well-versed in these things than I am, okay? And it says, which way to turn, okay? So I'm looking at, okay, I'm in my spirituality, but I'm also looking to, you know, the twin flame and soulmate and for the truth, first of all, okay, and the twin ray for truth, and then those other structural things that have to do with, again, laws and, you know, things that I may not be well versed in because I'm more of a spiritualist and could be considered as a Levite, or, you know, I don't know, something like that. Like, I deal with the words when it comes to this text, right? This is what I feel is the word of God, or what you would call laws, you know, commandments, okay? And so, like that, all right? And I feel like they're telling me, wait a minute, we went down this path or whatever, but we forgot about the spiritual essence of it, okay? All right, so I feel like it's all this whole thing, like in this nuclear kind of energy here. And so they didn't really realize that harming me, breaking my heart, breadcrumbing me, love bombing me, giving me illusions, letting all these other feminine energies have access to my dome, you know what I'm saying, would be hurting everybody. So that's the real thing of the Earth's core heating up, or again, when we're talking about global warming, is that center vassal that has been sent here to spread love and awareness and things like that, is that Christ or that star, right? Okay, so again, I was looking at the star card here and I was noticing here, okay? So again, we have the judgment card here, and these people right here, this family or whatever, is white. I don't know who changed them white or who turned them white. So that's what I'm saying, is illegal energy here, because it's making me think like my family right now is this way here, okay? Not white, but they are, look, the inside of those boxes are black though, okay? But look how pale the skin is here. But I'm just saying, this is the aspect of the life, okay? The mother, father and child, that's how it was, okay? And then you got all these other people that's in white here. I'm wondering if documents are missing from my house, you know what I'm saying, has somebody filed those things? You know, that's what also I was calling the Social Security Department to ask them, how can you, you know, where is it that we could do a, you know, they were saying that you do a credit check, you know, and I was just making sure everything I need to know about my social would be on that credit check, not just the credit number, but everything I would need to know, like anybody trying to use my car, anything like that, okay? So I wonder if this, you know, type of judgment is coming from this here, okay? Or even could there be any kind of chemically induced energy here to try to change somebody's skin, okay? All right, and then let's notice that this tower is white here, where this mana is falling, this lightning is falling, this hat and crown, these people are falling out of the tower. The tower is white, okay? So again, that may be also somebody had turned white, and, you know, these people are falling out of the tower because they did something wrong, because look at the black or the darkness behind it, okay? Making me think about my King David card, which is the Four of Pentacles, when he is covered and draped in a black cloth. So again, that's making me think about these verses right here, where somebody maybe went wrong, okay? And then it's also making me think about black off if I tried, but it's also making me think that some energy that was dealing with me did go ahead and change something or do something, okay? And maybe they regret it, okay? Because we do have, what is this, the 10, nope, let's see, 3, 6, the 9 of Swords, okay? So if somebody up at night trying to see maybe if somebody's going to figure this out or something like this, like, I don't know. You know, because I feel like there's been some dirt done behind the table. Now, this could be also your spouse or people close to you that maybe you ask them something and they not telling you. You feel like in your gut somebody's not telling you the whole truth, and, you know, and so you start doing some investigating, you know, or these could be people that are over you as a secret conservatorship or mayor kind of energy or something like this or whatever, or tribal kind of energy, and they may not be telling you the truth, like I told you before about what it all. So I would like, if I was going to join somebody's troop, clan, or tribe, I would like to see their documentation to see what you are listed as, to figure out if you have me being listed as something that might lead me to be your servant or something, and you be over me and you get access to something that's supposed to go to me, you know what I'm saying, because you are listed some kind of other way, but you're telling me to put this on this document. So again, these are the things, like I said, I'm not trying to hate on nobody. I'm just trying to make sure that people possibly notice, and so we can all learn these things and be aware and pass these on, you know, because I feel like that's what it is. They had to get in your mind first, separate to divide and conquer in order to get us to go these things. It's not always been about, oh, you're black or you're white and I hate you. It wasn't about that. It's about power, control, all these other things here. Same thing. All right. So you'll notice this marriage or whatever, this union or whatever that's happening in front of this white building with this red top, make me think about a red hat. With this Four of Wands, this thing, this collaboration or whatever that's going on here. Somebody is draped in cloth of the earth and somebody is draped in cloth of the water, but they're both draped in white, okay? So again, this is making me think, is this somebody's nationality that they changed to white, right? To wear that white clothe or cleanse themselves. And again, wash means Washington, or wash means to whiten. So again, if I'm thinking about George Washington Bruton or whatever, and then I'm thinking, well, okay, at that point in time, I know that there were people of color, whatever you want to call, that were owning some of these lands that were taken over by those particular people. And that being one of the first presidents, or the first president, it just makes me wonder. Okay, because there was somebody else on here saying that she was a descendant of Washington, but her features give me John Adams. But John Adams was supposed to be the first president, I think, but he ended up being the vice president. You know, it's almost like, you know, because Washington won the war, or he was victorious or in military, or whatever, that, you know, something happened or whatever, and it ended up being him. Okay. And before that, I thought there was Hanson or something like that. So again, if you think about that, I think when you look up leprosy, it's going to tell you that it's a Hanson's or somebody's son, somebody, okay, I can't remember exactly, disease or dis-ease. And so it made me think, well, that was, I have this book over here. Hold on one second. Let me grab it. I don't have it no more. I'm telling y'all, this is about to irritate me, man. Goodness. Okay, it was called, look, I don't play when it comes to my books, man. I really don't. This is about to frustrate me. Oh. Yeah, that's gonna frustrate me because this book was just right up in here. Okay? Yeah. And it's just so funny that right now, like, I really haven't even been picking up that book in a long time. Oh, well. It was called The First Five Presidents, or The First Black Presidents, or something like that. Okay? Whew. All right, let me see. Okay. Where were we at? So again, it made me think, again, did somebody, when it came to that president, was it something when it came to his fall or not being mentioned, right? As these presidents prior to, you know, the first presidents here in 1790 something or whatever, okay? So it made me think, like, did those people change or whatever? I don't know. It's very strange. Like I said, I feel like there's a reason for it, and I don't want to go too, something's telling me not to even go too deep in it. But again, the death card is here. Okay, and I don't know why this flower is making me think about Enoch flowers and Mormon energy here. But I noticed that this person is riding in on a white horse, okay? And so again, this girl is clothed in white, this baby is in blue, and then the king is in white and blue, okay? So I don't know. And then the sun is between those two pillars. So it's making me think about the son that died between the two pillars. And then the two pillars, like, again, makes me think about, again, two locations or whatever that maybe it's like a trail on the never ending story running through those two. I don't know if they were like Phoenix or the same kind of energy of the thing that's on the, what is it called? That's on the etymology page, like the lion with the wings or whatever, in the woman's head. Yeah, okay, so I notice how the sun is riding there also on a white horse, okay? Now it's making me think here, did somebody close to somebody change their identity to white? Because I'm hearing somebody saying, yeah, I did it. But it's like, I'm just thinking, if it's the person here, that person is acting like they don't know nothing about this stuff. But I told you, something was giving me, I had a dream that people that I know, okay? Now, I told you I had a dream about one of these feminine energies, and just so happens that she pulled up and she wanted to fight me or something like this. And she had my family behind her, okay? And these are family members that would fight with me when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, she had them behind her or whatever. And then it made me think about also dreams of like these people, these same people in these groups that might not even got along at first. And in public, they don't act like that, or they don't speak as much as they used to in public. But behind the scenes, they've been working together for years. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 sets of this. Okay. Like somebody, like, again, I told you I found that death certificate online for the husband or whatever, like 10 years or 20, something like this or whatever. Okay. And I was just thinking like, damn, could this be something where somebody did this? And then, I started like looking at pictures of people and things. It's just like something very weird is going on, and seeing facial features and differences and stuff like that, even in myself, And, I was just thinking, could somebody have done something like that? There's some stuff you think in a movie or whatever. That make me think about like astronaut's wife and things like this or whatever. It's just strange things. And I'm like, could somebody had done that and then run off with one of these females? And this is why they hate me. And I feel like these people been on me for a very long time and watching me and stuff like this for a very long time. And they're more accustomed to the lifestyle and being with those people than they are with me. And maybe at some point in time, they seen that these people might have been feeding them lies. But I feel like it's like something where private planes, jets, stuff have been used to fly people. Maybe I even know, family members, friends, or whatever around and sponsor them and pay for, like, these people saying they're going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just, these are these visions and dreams that I be having. They saying like they going to work or whatever, but all this time they have not been doing that. They've been going, across the world, across the country or whatever, buying things, selling things, obtaining things. It's like almost like it's kind of like that energy, and like I'm the odd man out, and like everybody's just waiting for me to die, get in trouble, get locked up, or something like this. Because here's this crafty council, the 3 of Pentacles here. It's like these people are like in some chambers, in some group, even high official government energies, having these conversations over our heads or whatever, that may be talking about something, but like giving the perception is talking about something, but it's talking about something else. And I feel like this is funded by governing forces, all to keep me out of something. It's like a very strange, y'all. Okay, so we talked about this. So this person is laying here or whatever, and then they have this sword underneath here. And again, like I said, this making me think about a twin flame journey or a double-edged sword kind of energy here. Because even a double-edged sword, I'm sorry, I'm talking so fast right now. Okay, but it's a lot on my mind. All right, this double-edged sword could be something that it pushes and pulls. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're going to use it, but some of the things that some of these people have done against somebody, it might cause it to stab them, and then it stabs the other person, and then it stabs them, and it's kind of like almost like that. And I'm not doing none of it on purpose. It's just that's this energy here. All right. And then again, we have these 3 swords right here suspended in air. Makes me think about the 3 apples, 3 of the 4 apples on the head of the King of Swords, which have been cleaned or whatever and made white. But if the Bible is saying it is dirty, and and if the definition is about like it being something that is like a dis-ease, then it makes me wonder. Okay. All right. But this person, like is the same color. They're clothed in the sun or gold here. Dipped in gold. Yeah. But I think with his hands almost touching one of those swords, there's one of these that's his favorite now though, which was going to be the energy of somebody so loved the world though that they gave their only begotten son. But that may be vice versa. It may be that I see 2 feminine energies, possibly 2 masculines. And again, this one is longer and stronger. Okay, so maybe they offered up this person, like I said, for something else, a task or something like this or whatever, because they wanted to keep this one safe. It could be hiding it to keep it for safe for their own good. It could be hiding it to keep it, whatever, safe or whatever too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All right. So I noticed the King of Swords energy, and this is somebody sitting up high and looking down low and actually cutting people off here. And this person is clothed in white too, but she has red shoes on. So it's making me think that she has either Moorish energy, indigenous energy, or something that's holding her up, or that is treading her, that is guiding her steps here. But also, you know what I'm saying, the clouds is on her robe here, and she's dressed in white, but she has this red thing on her temple or on her head and a gold crown. But again, this is all like a facade, because again, it's either in you or it ain't. So again, it's going to be only a couple of people that's in this energy that I'm in that's going to be able to see it this way. And that's where people are going to be able to judge you and call you crazy, or if it doesn't fit with the laws and statutes and commandments of man, you know what I'm saying, then this can get you in trouble for challenge it possibly, or, it can get you where people really don't want to hear what you have to say, because it's, it's like that point where the truth is something than fiction. Okay. But again, it's like this black energy, this antenna or whatever this is back here is really what is fueling this person to do these things. Because the Empress also can judge and she can cut people off and things like this. And again, this is up in the clouds. So this is making me think this is some lofty satellite or some kind of something that people are using, you know what I'm saying, in order to have access to people's information or their mind or something like this, okay? Also, this person is standing in water and 1 foot on the earth, 1 on the water, and they have a white robe on and they're dealing with temperance. This is the science, again, manipulation, trying to figure out scientifically how they can shift something, again. And on this card, there is no light. There is no brightness, no golding around this crown. You have to do this. This is the only way to get it. But in my new cards, these people got it. And you know how they got it? Because they tapped in. I'm hearing like spinal tap, like fluid or something like this. This is how they were able to do it with something like this, okay? Because again, these people already, the people that really deal with alchemy or this kind of energy, inner alchemy, they already have it. But it's kind of like farming or whatever. And this is why I think, it's more about that, about, like I said, who you are or what you are that has us in these positions where they want to keep us, where they can secretly have, somebody can secretly have access to you and they can farm, like we were talking about earlier. People tend to their animals, And what do they need them? They need those animals to survive. So again, DNA research when it comes to genealogy is for entertainment purposes only. But these are the things that they will use in order to conquer over the true people that just are who they are and they know who they are. Okay. So again, strength, that we have this strength card. There's magic. These look like 2 little horns or antennas sticking up from her head. And she's coercing or coaxing Simba or, what I'm saying? I call this my Simba card or whatever, or the red lion. Okay. Make me think about parting the Red Sea. All right. And this person has this wreath around her belly. So again, this is soothing this line or whatever, but also I feel like it has something to do with birthing a nation or birthing something here. But on my new cards, we see that the lion has stood up and growled at this person. This is a maiden or somebody that has been stroking the ego or stroking something on these masculines here. Okay. Or feminines, period, whatever it is. And then on the new cards, the lion is up roaring and the girl is on the ground like, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy here. Okay. Okay. So we also see this energy in white too, right? And he's backed by the water. Okay. And these look like birch trees right here. Okay. And he's got a red turban on and he's dressed in white. So it's also giving me leprous energy here. Okay. And then these cups right here is like almost it's almost like he's ready to, like Solomon energy. He's ready to have some feminine energies as lots of wives so that he can fill these cups with their wine or their grapes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what's going on right now. All right. And then like the sands of the sea. Look, his shoes are like the sands of the sea, but his tights and his legs are strengthened by the earth. And then, again, this is the energy of, I feel leprosy here. But then the sun is all the way back here. And the cups are dipped in gold, like the sun, the footing. They want to have their footing on the sun. Okay. And they're backed by the water. All right. Let's see how many of these trees is here or antennas or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And then there's some here that look faded away. Like they were a part of it, but not. So this gives me G7 energy here. Whatever this is backed by that. All right. And then we also have this Knight of Swords rushing in. And maybe the reason why I feel like it rushes in so fast, coming in the clouds and leaves back out is because it doesn't know. And that's this energy here in 5 that's saying, I don't know which way to go. Okay. Also me rushing in to go ahead and I'm going to do this and I'm going to change that. And then something says, no. You know what I'm saying? And there go those antennae or whatever, or the tar energy here. Okay. All right. And then we have this high priestess energy. Okay. And she is clothed with the water and and she is clothed with white here. Okay. And it feels like this is what somebody's saying. If you don't do this, then you can't make it into the kingdom of heaven on this realm. But the new heaven, like I said, I don't think this matters. This is just a way for them to keep people back or whatever from going into positions of power. Matter of fact, so this is why today we have to look at leprosy and we have to find out that actually it might be those who clothe themselves in white that may be sinning. Okay. So we have the Queen of Cups. Again, this is lofty energy. This is like clear. It's like clarity or whatever. But again, this is, again, somebody right? They're staring at that temple or that something that's in the middle. And these little two little things, like I said, this remind me of a trail running through here, okay? Through those two sphinx looking things or whatever. And then this person is clothed in white because they have been, it's like LLC or some kind of company, something issued to these people so they can keep the real children, you know what I'm saying, maybe even of the waters, with this boy holding this fish and these waves behind him, you know, trapped in this darkness here, okay? So again, what is it? Because we have to look at this. Is what, if the Bible is telling it that it's a sin, who said that? See? It's almost like that. Like the Lord knew, what was it? Oh my goodness. Somebody's calling. Is kind of, okay. So how I was saying the Lord knew, oh my goodness, I forgot what I was about to say. I forgot. But those colored gems here. Yeah. See, because these gems are representing whatever they've been taken probably out of the soil, out of the earth or something like this, and walking amongst this. You see, and she even had like a little bit of a red robe behind her. It's almost like using somebody else coloring or cloaking something here. All right. But again, they've been spying on the Empress and whoever else that would be giving out the proper information and using that and doing it in the background while telling groups of people to do something else. I feel like that's what that represents to a certain extent. All right. So again, going back to the water, but it seems like for a brief time, somebody might have to go back to the water to do something and then whatever. But like I said, we have to just look at this in a different way. Again, this person is in white or blinded or bound. Okay. The moon is up there. They're in front of the water here. And again, they have these two swords. They're just chilling because they don't know which way to go. So it's almost like waiting on the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You could hear things come. You know, it's like sensei energy, like Yah energy. Okay. And so if somebody come up, then you might have to go ahead and release one of these swords. But until then, you don't know. It's like with that too. Okay. It's almost like somebody doesn't know which way to go. Okay. And then if we think about these things here, the Ace of Swords here, if we look at the hands on here, these hands are leprous or they're white. Okay. The Ace of Cups, white. So it's almost like this naturally is happening with, again, your thalamus and your brain, the base of your skull, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, with your corona or your crown chakra. But again, I feel like this leprous hand is offering people maybe an antidote or something to something here. Okay. Just saying. As a cross-watcher energy, possibly. And this cross-watcher energy right here is showing me like a thing on somebody's forehead with the, you know, this white thing on somebody's forehead, whatever that is, that the cracker, the communion cracker or something like this. Yeah, but the sun was riding in on a white horse. So I wonder if all, you know, this might not be meaning that all, you know, white horses are not bad or whatever. Or maybe somebody noticed that and had to change something. These two dogs are white, okay? And then, you know, this person is Asian on my new cards and his hair is white. So again, this is making me think the air that they using is actually maybe somebody that is calling themselves white or marked as white, or either they have turned white, because I feel like this has to do with also science or something like this in order to, you know, change somebody's appearance for a brief time while they're in the wilderness. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. And then here we got the 6 white stars here. And then we got the one brightest star is yellow, is clothed with the sun. Okay. And it seems like this star card, all eyes on her, and she's pouring out her information on the water and the earth. Okay. And then again, the Ace of Pentacles is handing a pentacle here. Like, because it's saying don't take nothing for some reason. But I'm just like, nothing? How do you know what's coming from source and what's coming from, you know, but all these people, like, again, in the certain communities, you know, been saying, you know, you got to get this coin, you got to get this coin. And I'm just thinking like, well, I'd rather work on myself, you know, like that. And I'm not trying to, cut nobody down, but I'm just trying to say, you know, like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like there's some misleading energy. And I feel like I've been put through this embarrassment or this something like this, which it shouldn't even be embarrassing because it helps me grow, to see something here. And to see, are you really going to let them people tell you that you don't have no money because God don't want you to have it, and because you're doing something wrong when it comes to this? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying where you're not feeling fruitful. Okay. But it's almost like source got something kind of lumped up And also, you know, it could be this energy of the sun, because the sun does remind me of Chinese or Asian energy. I'm just saying, when we see this little boy on here with this flag right here, it kind of make me think, because everything has good and bad, whatever. Okay. And so again, this energy of whatever this is behind here, okay, something backing something, you know, again, this could be somebody that is legit, which is actually after these tests or after these whatever, somebody is going to be able to bring balance, or are they trying to hide this because they don't want balance? I don't know. Okay. Again, that's up for you to discern. So again, we got the Three of Cups, or this twin or this third party situation where this person is clothed in at least white or gray here. Okay. And then this energy here, I don't know why I'm hearing 50 Shades of Gray, but anyway. And then we have this energy here, which has this white on, but she's clothed with the sun, and her shoes that's leading her is blue. Okay, like the waters. And I think she might be the only one, or one of the only ones in here with blue shoes on. Okay, so this is royalty, because if you really look at it, this energy right here, the older, more whatever, mature looking energy that's holding a cluster of grapes and all this other stuff, this is the one that the abundance is flowing from. The pumpkins and shit is on her side. All of this going around here is the abundance of her. This person can't even touch the stuff. You see what I'm saying? She not even, but again, this person could, with this red cloth on, possibly, you know, parading as, you know, indigenous. And then they have yellow shoes on. So the feet steps are guided by the sun, I feel. Okay, but which sun? And again, is it in the lower vibration or higher? But look, this person that's gray, their cup is higher than her cup. And his hand is around her, his or her hand is around this person, while this person is sitting here. Okay? So like I said, it's kind of like that energy. Okay? It's like her abundance is feeding the relationship between this person and this person. And the abundance or dowry or daughters, it came from this energy here. So that's the energy, like I said, of somebody maybe marrying someone with that Maximilian storyline, where somebody married somebody. And this could be also some other kind of these marriages that we were talking about through, you know, sensual encounters here. You know, even it made me think about some feminine energies that attract a lot of masculine energies. And maybe even you attracted these energies and there was some kind of like magnetic pull. But, you know, it's almost like, and I don't know why that last name keeps coming up, that surname, Pool. Okay, but it's like a sacred pool or something. And then lots of people attract it, but they don't like stay around because it's like something that they want from you, some kind of healing or abundance or something like this. So it was never really you. Some of these people were led to come to you because they wanted something from you. You see what I'm saying? Okay, and then these women usually are maybe left behind in, you know, low income housing and, you know, things like this, children after children, while these men get to go out and live their lives or whatever and all these other things. Okay, so yeah. This is what I'm seeing. Also, the King of Swords, too, up in the clouds. But he has these black antenna or whatever this is. If I'm hearing like blacker than my melanin or something. So, like, I feel like this has something to do with this. And then also these things back here look like antenna, like, you know, frequencies or whatever. Okay. Because I feel like that's what these people are doing to be lofty. It's like a secret military program or something. Okay. And then we have this pearl that's white here, too. Okay. I'm just saying. And I feel like these people have been conspiring, hey man, come do this or whatever. And maybe not knowing that that was maybe not the right choice to make, or maybe it was to them. You know, I'm not here to tell you which one it is. I'm just showing you what it is, okay, that I'm seeing here. Just an alternative view, okay? And then we have Sneaky Pete sitting here, okay? He's got, again, let the earth join with the earth, okay? So again, indigenous people, the Moorish energy, the Islamic energy or whatever is on his, you know, this is kind of like the sands of the sea, all right, on his shirt, and it's powered by the waters. Okay, so it's all here. It's all here. But the whole time, these people that's in black over here, look at them people, those black people in that staff. Somebody got this big old staff back there. They in a cloud of smoke, clouded judgment or clouded thought. Wow, again, you see with Russia, you know, back in the day, what they had, their hats or whatever, it had this black stuff around it. Okay, so I'm just saying. It's just something about it. And then these tents, upon thy tents, or in their tents. And then the eagle or whatever to come down. Why do my face look so pale? To come down and swoop down low from high and swoop down low and consume you. The devil looking to see who they can devour. If you haven't seen the energy, then you could go ahead and look at the video that I did on that eagle and what I felt the allodial name meant. And that's not to throw shade, because again, somebody may not know. It's just my way of seeing it.